So in this video, I'm going to cover kind of making wet proofs for printing, if you're printing lithographically, like offset, but also making a little proof how I printed out one copy of my zine for the digital printing, but essentially also how you're exporting your finals to print, both if you're printing offset, like I did for In a Garden at England and One in the Lone Star State, or if you're printing for digital printing, which is how I'm going to print my series of zines. So what you're looking at right here is what's called a wet proof, and this is the exact same size as the sheet of paper that go through the machines when you're printing offset. It's a pretty damn big sheet. Can't remember off the top of my head how big it is. If I was a smarter man, I'd probably know a clever way of just like highlighting all this. Would it tell me? Oh yeah, here we go. Oh god. Oh, I'm so glad I'm recording this. Where is it? What is this? The Kingdom of Christ compels you. There we go. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, there we go. So that's size 880 by 600 mil. So it's pretty big. And what you're looking at here are strips from half the photos in my book In a Garden at England, because when I had it printed, it was printed double-sided. So the other side was the other photos from the book. The photos are sized the exact size they were printed in the book. So you can see the longest dimension there is 240 mil. And what I've done is created test strips, which is the same as if you're printing, say, in a darkroom. You print in a darkroom, you do small strips testing for, like, say, in colour, for like the colour cast, but also for the contrast, not contrast, it's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day. But the exposure, that's right. So if it's underexposed, overexposed, blah, blah, blah. Now, in a previous video, I said about how I converted all my TIFFs from RGB to CMYK. If you missed that bit, go back, check one of the other videos. And I've dragged those CMYK photos in to make all these strips. Now this is the important part, you've got to export it to a PDF. So if I go File, I've already set up one here for CMYK copper, which I've saved. I'm just going to overwrite Test. Now, here's the fun part. Everyone you print with is going to have a different kind of setup for what they want in this PDF. So for for copper, it was this one, PDFX 2010. That was right. General, just left all as is. Compression, again important, just leave it all as is. Maximum, blah, 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 blah. Marks and bleeds. Now for copper, just crop marks, document bleed settings, offset, Output, again, for copper it's different, convert to destination and working, CMYK, PSO converted, V3. And that's why I had a set one exported last time. That's standard, that's standard, that's standard, and you just hit export. And it will chunk away and it will spit out a PDF, and that final PDF is what you'll send to your printers when they're printing the wet proof. And obviously it's really important that you keep those settings the same when ultimately you go to print your book. So this was my last book, published a few weeks ago, called One in the Lone Star State. This was printed offset, and the idea was that, yeah, same again when it came to export, I did the same thing. All the photos dropped in are CMYK converted TIFFs. Originally they were RGB, because that's how they were when I scanned them all in. And yeah, there you go. Obviously when you're exporting, you've got to be really careful, because like I had crazy stuff where I had photos I dropped in and it was stretched a little bit bigger than my little kind of guideline here, the little pink purple square I've got. And I just didn't notice. I was just sort of breezing through it and checking it all out. So it's always worth kind of checking and going through and double checking. The colors don't look quite great on the screen, but if I go view over print view, that kind of makes it more how it should look. It's just you have overprint view normally turned off. It makes it easier for your computer to process all that information, especially using all these kind of high-res TIFFs. So there you go, that's exporting for if I was printing with copper. And I said I've got my little copper one set up here. All the information obviously is on their website. For Mixam, Mixam have a different setup for exporting, and what you do is you export your PDF, but then you drop it in onto their kind of back end of their website when it sort of strips out your PDF to fill in the pages, and that's quite clever for proofing because you can see what's going on. And I've got to say, one thing I messed up, none of my photos in my previous books In a Garden at England or One in the Lone Star State were full bleed. And if I press W, look, I've got my bleed line set up here, which I think might be like 2 mil or 3 mil. And the idea is if I'm doing an image full bleed, which means all the way to the edge of the frame, you've got to make sure that it overlaps. Because yeah, if you don't, there might be a bit of white at the border and blah, blah, blah. And the other thing, and again, I didn't actually get on this, man, I couldn't work it out, but I was doing a full bleed to the edge for, say, a vertical photograph. So let's say I had it like this, and let's just do that. I had it like that, but it was printing on to the other side of the page. and I couldn't work out why. So yeah, sometimes you can see that blue box around my image is a bit bigger than it should be, so you can go fitting and then fit framed content. There we go, it's a bit better. And if I slide it over now, actually it's because it's not the exact ratio for that photo, but look what I can do is I click and I do this here and I hold shift. There we go. So if you look now, it's slightly gone around the edge, but it's there. But anyway, my problem was that I was trying to print full bleed like that, and it was ending up on the other page. So you know what, guys? If you know how to not do that, tell me. Like, send me a message, okay? Because it would really help. As I said, all this stuff, you know, I've printed a few books. It's just my experience of doing this stuff. I am not a professional photo book designer. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm a photographer guy who's just learned that if he has to get stuff done, it looks like generally he's got to do it himself, okay? So that's where I'm at. Now, okay, exporting with Mixam, slightly different setup. Adobe PDF Presents, Mixam export. Just write test here, don't want to override it, bam. Now, that's all the same. Compression's the same, maximum, automatic JCAP. Compressions and bleed. Now, Mixam, they wanted bleed marks on and they wanted to use document bleed settings. I think that was right. Output, again, remember for Mixam, no color conversion and don't include profile. So that's what they wanted for that one for whatever reason. There we go. But everything else was the same. And you hit export, you end up with your PDF and you upload that to their website. I won't bother getting into showing you that right now. It's pretty self-explanatory. You drop it in, it strips out your front cover, your back cover, and all your spreads. What it does is it shows you a nice little proof where you're seeing the kind of the bleeds of how the photos are kind of looking, if the bleeds are correct, that kind of jazz. And you know what, man, I did ball set up the first time uploaded, and I sent a message being like, is it okay? And immediately they got back being, no, it's not right, there's a few errors, blah blah blah. So they were super helpful, so that was really cool. Right, well, that was a whirlwind of 6 minutes 58 seconds. Yeah, I hope it helps. Most people you're going to print with, whether you're printing digitally or offset, I have lots of guidance on their website. And for me personally, my god with copper, I must have shot the woman at Copper like a million frickin' emails before I printed my first book. And you know what, guys? It was fricking terrifying, all right? I'd never printed a book like offset before on my own, like self-published. It cost a lot of money. There are a lot of people expecting the book, and I didn't know how well it was going to come out. And I was very lucky. The book came out, and it's freaking awesome. The print quality was great, the color cast, whatever, just perfect. Everything was just absolutely perfect. So there you go. So at some point, you've got to be bold, you've got to be brave, but you can do it, okay? So yeah, good luck.